Welcome to Sharpen Your Skills, where learning is hands-on. Sponsored by Sharpen Your Skills Continuing Education and Salon. I'm your host, Ayaba Griffin. So as you can see here from the pictures, that we had a client that had major issues with her hair. Shout out to Diana of Karamia Salons here in Virginia Beach, Virginia, for not giving up on this young lady's hair. She had worked 8 hours on detangling her hair prior to asking me to assist her on getting the massive knot out of her hair and getting her hair detangled. So what did the client need, want, or desire? The knots removed and her hair detangled without cutting her hair short. Now ladies, we all know that our hair is our crown and glory. For those of us who want to keep our hair on our head or have long hair, the thought of cutting our hair short can be very, very traumatic. Now this young lady had spent quite some time in the hospital and, was not getting her hair taken care of properly while she was in the hospital. And so this is why her hair was in the condition that it was in. So what products were used on the client's hair? Inspire Pre-Poo Detangler, Miel Organics Mangongo Oil Exfoliating Shampoo and Hydrating Conditioner, Hair Chemist Charcoal Detoxifying Hair Treatment Mask, and 100% aloe vera liquid. So these were the products that we used. She also had product buildup on her hair because they were putting dry shampoo on her hair the whole time she was in the hospital. And then once she got home, they tried to detangle her hair some more, and they put more products on top of the dry shampoo that was already put on her hair. So on top of the massive knot, all of the tangles, her hair being matted, she also had product buildup. So what tools were used on the client's hair? Large detangling combs, detangling brushes, sectioning clips, texturizing shears, and hair cutting shears. So we used a combination of all of these things. The detangling combs, they worked to some degree. The detangling brushes worked to some degree. We used sectioning clips to keep the hair that had already been detangled separated from the hair that was still matted or in the knot and needed to be detangled. The texturizing shears, we use that as well. And the hair cutting shears, we use them in combination with one another depending on what was going on and what section of the hair that we were working on. So what procedure was used to remove the knot and the tangles? A Pre-Poo detangler was applied. The hair was detangled, then shampooed, conditioned, and detangled some more. This young lady had her hair, combed and pulled on for 8 hours the day before. So when she came into my salon, me and Diana worked on her hair for another 3 hours. We sent her home with the charcoal detoxifying hair mask on her hair in hopes that it would break down some of the detangles, and also her hair was getting conditioned as well. We wanted to give her a break. We did not want to work on her hair for hours and hours. She had been through a lot of pulling and tugging on her hair. Her scalp was, red and inflamed, and she had been through a lot of pain. She was very, very patient. She really did not want her hair to be cut off. So we sent her home. We asked her to come back in the morning the next day. And so when she came back the next day, we rinsed off the detoxifying mask, and then we applied that 100% aloe vera liquid on her hair, and that really worked really, really well. It really helped to break down some of those tangles that weren't moving the day before, because her hair was literally, you know, just getting more and more matted. So we sprayed that 100% aloe vera liquid on her hair, and it started, you know, breaking up the hair that was tangled and knotted in some places. But then we got to a point on her hair where it just wasn't moving. That massive knot that was in the back of her head was not moving. It was like a beaver's tail. You could literally take just that part of her hair and it was just moving all together in unison in one spot. So what we started doing is we started point cutting randomly in different parts of the knot. And as you can see in Diana's hand in the photos, we went in and we cut in portions of that big massive knot, because it wasn't moving at all when we were using the detangling brushes and the detangling combs. And we went in areas where it wasn't as thick with the texturizing shears to remove the bulk without taking off the length on her hair. So that's what you see in Diana's hand. That was the major portion that we had to take out. And once we did that, in the middle of that knot that was not moving, then that knot started opening up, and we were able to start really getting in there and detangling the rest of the hair. So as you can see, after we went through and did detangling using the 100% aloe vera liquid, detangling brushes, detangling combs, and using a combination of point cutting with the shears and texturizing shears, removing some of that matted part of that massive knot that was in the back of her head, we were able to get that knot out without cutting her hair short. You've got to have a lot of patience and a plan, especially when somebody comes in and says specifically they don't want their hair cut off short. Yes, that would have been the easy way out. We could have just gone in, cut it off, and, you know, gave her a short haircut. She has beautiful hair. In fact, we did talk about different cuts that we could do on her hair, you know, because of where that knot was. It was in the back of her head, right in the middle. But we kept working, we collaborated, we partnered with one another, me and Diana, and we were able to, you know, save the length of her hair. But you got to have a lot of patience and you got to have a plan. And shout out to this young lady. She had a lot of patience. She did not complain. She did not moan. She did not groan. She hardly said anything, you know, the whole time. We were just able to, you know, talk and converse with one another. And she was an excellent client, considering what was going on with her hair. And I'm just really, really grateful and thankful that she had enough belief and trust in us that we could get the job done. And she was just an excellent client. So shout out to this young lady, Colleen, for being such a great client and believing in Diana as well as myself and allowing us to, you know, work on her hair, because it wasn't easy, and for her, you know, and it wasn't painless. So as you can see here, that's the before picture. That's what her hair looked like when she came into Diana's salon. That's what the after picture looked like when we finished detangling her hair and getting rid of that massive knot. And yes, she was a happy client, and myself and Diana, we were also happy too. We learned a lot. We hope you learn from what was shared here about how you can get rid of a massive knot and detangle the hair without cutting a person's hair short. So I just want to thank you for joining me for Sharpen Your Skills, Massive Knot Removal and Hair Detangle. Sponsored by Sharpen Your Skills Continuing Education and Salon. Like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.